Yes, it does. Hey, I'm Dave.
And this is Dev.
And this is our commentary for SFO Episode 1, Chobits. And it is bizarre looking at this now. This is over 4 years ago now, and I'm a fresh-faced little bastard.
Yeah. Look better with the beard, Dave.
I disagree, but that's an opinion.
Nobody else disagrees. Only Dave likes his beard. It's the same with his hats. Only Dave likes his hats, too. And everyone's like, Dave, that hat looks terrible. And you still wear them.
I live in a land of denial.
Yep.
So
I didn't actually have much to do with the show until about episode 3. So you're gonna have to fly solo on this one. How it was making this episode. How it was doing Chobits.
It started actually the year before. I was kind of inebriated and talking to camera lady, or camera girl, as she was called back then.
Well, she grew up a little bit.
It was weird. It was a little bit weird, but yeah. I was a little bit inebriated, and I said, "Oh, I'm not at the same school anymore, but I mean, like, we're both creative people. We both like writing. I was always a bit somewhat of a fan of acting, so I said, well, why not just pick up a camera and we can write some scripts and we could find something we could do. We could review something, or we can make movies or whatever." And then
this was back in 2008 when you first decided, but the episodes didn't come out till August 2009.
No, because we didn't have the equipment.
Yeah. And
at that point, we, once we got the camera, and then we both figured out, especially because this camera lady is like a huge anime fan, and I'm moderate. I can't pretend to be like an actual otaku, but thanks to her wonderful suggestion, I became a short, fat otaku, even though I am none of those things, not neither. Anyways, so we got a couple scripts together, and then decided to utilize some family members kicking around the local hometown, and right here we have a family member who apparently has since grown on to become like 6'3", and
he's now like 17,
like a baritone voice, and
he's like 17. He's just a giant now, but he's just a little runt.
Yeah, he was a little 13-year-old kid. Anyways, this of course is filmed in my actual parents' rec room, and it was a little bit of a hassle. My parents were not fond of us doing this sort of thing, and it was filmed on weekends when my parents they're sailors, so every weekend they would go out, and then, of course they'd be gone. I'd be home alone, so it would be go time, and this kind of guerrilla filmmaking. Let's just sneak in, move everything out of the way, make horrible grimaces. Yeah. You notice that this one, as well as a lot of the stuff that happens in the first season, it's very camera heavy compared to voice heavy.
Yeah.
And that was something that Camera Lady was really pushing for. That became a really big point of contention between us. Because I got the point where, I'd be up till about 3 or 4 in the morning, and as I got mono over the course of that summer.
Yeah, over the course of the first season.
Yeah, I got mono, and I was in a lot of pain. If anyone who's experienced mono can attest to that, it's very uncomfortable. You're very swollen. You have a horribly sore throat. You're very tired.
This shot, where I mean, obviously she was just underneath it.
Yeah, she basically lay underneath and just went up, and then I just kind of did.
Why did you think of doing that? Because you don't do stuff like that anymore. Let's put the DVD.
She had some really, really odd ideas about what we could capture the first season. You can
I think it worked.
It works. It's just it was very unconventional.
Yeah. And the fact that you first had the idea for this back in 2008, that puts you, or I guess us at this point, that put us ahead of a lot of other review shows. It wasn't. Spoonie started in what? I think he started in 2008. Obviously AVG started in 2004, so he beat out everybody everywhere. Mm-hmm. But all the big name anime people right now started in 2009. Like Jesu Otaku started in 2009. Glass Reflection started in 09.
The
Professor Otaku started in 09.
the germ of the idea was there in 08, around Christmas of 08. So really, if you want to say anything, it's been about 5 years since the real idea was hatched.
Right.
It's just we needed to go get the equipment and set up, and so I mean we didn't have the microphone. Like, well, this is a different microphone that Dev himself has for group recording, but the microphone I use for the voiceovers, I mean, I didn't have that then.
2010.
No, I had a crappy headset. And
no, not a headset. You used your old.
Oh no, I did. I had my old cardioid microphone. That's right.
That's from when you were like trying to make it as. I
used the headset for I used a headset while the cardioid microphone was dead until I ordered the other one. But anyways, we were really ghetto.
Notice this change here. Now it's suddenly a lot darker.
It's very dark, and we had to fiddle around with these. Like, we have these spotlight kind of pot lights in my parents' rec room.
Yeah, but you're also like not wearing jeans at that point, because like, why did you change into jeans halfway through the shooting of Chobits? Because you had them on, then you went to then like.
I think it was hot. It was really stuffy and hot. We had no ventilation in there because it would have been too noisy to have the windows open, and like we tried to keep the door to the basement open to a degree, but even still, having that door closed for hours and hours and hours and hours on end, and there'd be two of us, and eventually there'd be three of us in that fucking room.
Yep.
We'd be stuck in there, and it just it was jungle like at times.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like this would have been your very first session actually shooting. Like,
I was very uncomfortable.
Trying to get used to it.
Yeah, I still have a level of discomfort when it comes to shooting.
You were really scared of like your parents coming in any moment.
Pretty much, coming home. Like, we try to do everything on Friday and hopefully Saturday nights, but there'd be a point where we'd try to get some stuff done on Sundays, or my parents would come home on Saturdays
and just screw
and
it
cut
all up
it because of the weather, and then it would be a mad scramble to get. We had a treadmill and couches, and we had posters up, and it was a clusterfuck, to say the least. Yeah.
As you're trying to hide the fact from your parents that you're doing a review show in their
and eventually they figured it out, and then they fucking lost it on me. So that was around the time I was leaving for college, though. So it was kind of a natural progression. Anyways, this episode in particular felt like it was going to be a real treat to do, just because I liked Chobits.
And now you hate it.
And now I can't understand what the hell I saw in it. I don't think it's a bad show. I just think it hasn't aged very well, and I think it's a little bit over the top for my taste.
Yeah,
and I think too, like when I was in high school, was when I didn't have a girlfriend. It was like one of those cases where like, wow, like anime girls. This is
what, really?
Yeah, I was like,
really?
Yeah, to a degree, I think. I don't know. I was a quintessential geek, so I mean,
I sort of get the appeal, of anything, not just fantasy women, but fantasy anything. They're always going to be better than real life. That's the point of fantasy, right?
Oh yeah. That's why anime appealed to me so much when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
It's just it was so much. It was so different. It was so different from anything else I'd ever seen before. It was so much more detailed, and the level of cheese was it wasn't necessarily on par. It was just a different style. It was like there were cultural references that I knew I couldn't get for a long time,
which was kind of nice to figure out, actually.
Which was nice to figure, like the sweat drop thing and the bloody noses.
Yeah.
Like the star on their head, and like all these little nuances to the interaction between characters.
It did feel like learning about another world that wasn't just fantasy, but was also in reality, because you're learning all these different cultural references.
Yeah, there's all these tropes that happen, and then it just kind of spurred me on. There's a guy whose website I go to on occasion, Danny Chu, and he just like.
I thought you were going to talk about Gage and Smash for a minute.
Oh no, that guy. Gage and Smash. That guy did it first.
Yeah.
He there's this
Black guy
large
living in
black guy
Japan.
who went overseas on this Japanese English teaching program, and he had all these stories about his schools that he taught at, and how the kids were fucked up in the head, and how they try to Kancho him, and they always pretend to be Naruto and like Bleach, and you know, they were obsessed with anime, and he talked about how his own opinions on Japanese culture. But and that's the thing. Like I've always liked websites that tend to that, you know, they're not totally fanatical, but they're appreciative of Japanese culture.
Yep.
And Danny Chu's one of those people. He's this British-born Chinese guy. In fact, his dad is Jimmy Chu, who's a famous shoe designer, and no one would actually know that unless they went to his website.
Right.
Anyways, this guy's he became very obsessed, and he's got his own serial called Pop Culture Japan, and he goes through all these, you know, he'll go to historical sites, and he'll go to like high schools and like culture fairs, you know, like Culture Day, and you know, the like White Week and all this kind of stuff. Is basically.
Let's talk about the actual.
Anyways, I'm going off topic here.
What was happening just there in that scene that we just went by? You were like throwing your hands up and saying "shut up."
Just generic anger.
It was like there were boos added in the background and stuff.
Yeah. I think it was one of those cases where we're trying to include an audience that wasn't really there, but we knew would eventually be watching this and just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I think I got it. Like this show relied on a lot of jokes that a lot of reviewers do, like you know, the cutaway, you know, we'll be right back, and you know, the boos to your own joke, and you go, come on, what? Like stuff that like Spoonie would often do. I mean, we got started because of Spoonie, right?
I will admit it right now that with all the accusations, yes, it was very derivative.
Back at the start.
At the start, it was very derivative because we didn't know that much about what to do that was totally original. Yeah, and it's funny too because I mean,
back in 2008, like there were so many fewer, but like, back in 2008, there weren't many people doing this stuff. Even then, like. It ballooned out in like 2009, 2010.
Yeah. So by the time this was actually released, that was like we were riding the wave, so to speak. This is like the new wave of reviews, I guess you could say.
Which has now since died because like, well, since like the entire internet, like with SOPA, and then you know the Blip TV apocalypse, and then YouTube cracking down. Yeah. Like the internet reviewer thing has kind of largely gone its course. Yeah. And yet we're still doing it. Well, mostly because we have like a bigger fan base and like a bigger, like we've been doing it longer than say like the dude who's like in 2012 who's like, I'm gonna start an anime review show and has like 10 followers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess we don't necessarily have a ton of views for everything, but we have enough subscribers and
enough views for some.
The anime videos. Stuff especially gets a lot. It still gets, you know, a pretty good amount of hits, especially our porn stuff.
Yeah, people love that. Us watching anime porn.
But right here, this is very. You know what I like about our original couple shows. They were very innocent. Yeah. Very like they had a little bit of level of perversion, but it was mostly like what you consider ecky. Yeah. Like just kind of like pervy, not like a porno
just kind of jokey. Yeah. Like with
Shimbo.
Every time you see him, you just gotta do that.
I do.
No, with Chobits, a lot of what was happening in this review was like one, very kind of sterile humor, and two, this video. Its initial run on YouTube, I remember, got enough hits. Like, it broke 100,000 hits before YouTube, like, copyright just bombed. Yeah. This was back in, you know, the early days where there was no, like, appeals process. They just fucking deleted your video.
Yeah, they were pretty harsh about it, I have to admit. I mean,
and like,
nowadays, fair use.
Yeah. Nowadays, if you, like, go into, like, our analytics...
free.
Yeah. Nowadays, if you go into our analytics section of our YouTube channel, that deleted video is still listed there as like one of our highest viewed videos.
Oh, it is. It's that one and GTO.
Yeah, and Kodomo.
Like
all the first season all this first season SFO stuff is like has high hits.
You almost said DT. Okay,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
But and like the first run of this review, I mean, it's been taken down long ago, but like it got like 100,000 hits in a month before YouTube noticed and like just claimed it for copyright and deleted it on us.
I remember just talking to parents and trying to justify why we were doing this, and then
Wait, parents? Oh, your parents?
Actually, no. I think it was your parents.
Oh, okay.
It was your parents. We were talking about it, and like after you started getting involved, and like, like, why are you doing this? I mean, is it just for fun? Or like, well, it is, but I mean, our first video got such and such amount of views. Like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's not bad for people that that don't cater to the same kind of bullshit audience. That if you watch some of the really highly rated YouTube people,
yeah, they're not very good.
It's really vapid, I find.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't it vapid, not vapid?
You could say it either way, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It just seems like, oh, this was my life. Oh, look at my life. 9 million hits. Oh, wow. So until we actually make something that's so ridiculously stupid or so ridiculously genius level to make it to that kind of level of virility, virus-like behavior, then I think we'll be okay with where we are.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's just Hideki. And it's just the whole show. It's so it's like a delusional schoolgirl.
What?
The whole show.
Yeah. Like, oh, here, grab my boob.
Yeah.
Even though she's like 15.
It's like it's what they think that all men should be like.
Yeah.
Just they're perverted, but they keep it.
I forgot all these pictures.
Oh my God, the furriness.
Oh my God, this stuff was all in this video, man.
That's the thing, though. Like, Camera Lady put there's a lot more referential stuff in there, but that was running a risk.
Yeah,
a huge risk because we got shit for stuff like that.
Yeah,
we got threats.
I still kind of prefer getting threats. I think, like in Kodomo,
I like the references. I really like throwing all the references out there. Well, Kodomo is another thing that I don't like. Let's not even touch on that one right now because
when we get there,
we'll get there. Right now, we're just very innocent, and I'm just a 20. God, how old was I? 24
back then.
24.
23.
I was turning 24.
Yeah,
a 24-year-old scrawny little bastard in my parents' basement.
You're still a scrawny bastard. You just grew a beard. That's the only thing that's different.
And I got fat.
But right now, you have to fucking work it off.
Yep. Oh God, in the summer scenes, in the baking scene. Oh, see, it's so.
It's by the books.
It's Dev, you talking about me with sentimentalist, but this show is kind of like a sentimentalist show.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Yeah. Mixed with like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
It's such a bizarre combination.
We probably shouldn't spend all of our time like talking about the show. We should talk about the review that we made. Or that you made it this time.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't show up to
credit where credit's in.
I didn't show up till episode 3, so I can't really take credit for this or Furry Curry.
No. That one that one's another kettle of fish. This, it was.
Did you film this bit here, like during the day or during
nighttime?
It was night. That's why it was so dark.
No,
like, you can see some of the sunlight reflecting off of the.
That's pot lights.
Yeah,
those are the pot lights.
Okay, hold on. Pause it. Well, no, it's gonna go through ads. Oh, it's gonna come back. Okay.
And here we got more Ghost of the Shell time shit. Yeah,
we just didn't decide on a fucking.
To reiterate on my point about filming though, yes, we did film a lot at night because it was cooler.
Yeah,
we had to film at night and also the sunlight during the day, even with the blinds drawn, it still made too much reflection. So it was best to film at night and just kind of sit there and. Oh God, we were as scrawny as I was, and well, Yeah, both of us we're not like huge, so we ate horribly.
Yeah, during filming sessions,
we
all
ate
of us,
like
all of us would just eat.
not hot pockets. Those
they were hot pockets.
No, they weren't. It's not the same brand.
But they were still. We had some of those.
Bistro Express,
and we had like chips
basically
and
hot
energy drinks,
like,
and
like Doritos and NOS energy drinks, and I'd occasionally drink a few beers, but most of the time it was just sugar and fat.
The beers are usually off camera though when you drink them.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
No.
I think this was shot during the day with the blinds down and the lights off, because when it's during night, the light is all like red light, so everything looks kind of like washed out red, but like that looks more blue darkness. So I think it was just blinds down during the day.
Well, you'd be surprised what kind of reflections we got though.
Yeah.
We really avoided it unless we had no other choice but to get something done in the morning. We tried so hard, but to get things done between roughly 9-10 at night and about 2 or 3.
Yeah,
we'd be up pretty damn late, which was bizarre because I worked at a job where oh god, yeah, we loved putting stuff like that. It was fun. It was fun doing those exaggerative movements and going on these diatribes to a degree.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the heat, honestly, I think it would have been a lot more of a treat to film all the time. But that's the thing about a creative process like this. It starts out very rough. It starts out out fun, but it starts out rough, and it gets tiring very fast too.
Yeah. Like shooting this episode nowadays, like just the
on camera so parts, much easier.
The on camera parts would take you all of an hour, but like back then it took you like a night. Like that was your night, was like shooting stuff like this.
Oh yeah, I like no social life.
No, I don't mean that way. I mean it would just take that long.
Yeah.
But now that if we were just gonna like do Chobits now with our level of experience, it'd take you like an hour to shoot.
However, the thing is it would take a lot more. It would be a lot different though. Our format would be different because we'd be mostly voice acting and less on camera stuff.
Well, do you want to do more on camera stuff in the future?
I like to have a healthy mix of both.
Yeah.
Because like logistically speaking, because Camera Lady and Devin and I are not all in the same city, it's much harder for us to get a ton of on camera footage. Even though
you always just do it by yourself. You have the camera with you.
It's not the same though.
Yeah.
I like having the direction. I can do it, but it won't turn out good as well.
Yeah. So. And you like having somebody actually hold the camera for different angles.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I can't always rely on someone who's right there where I'm living to be around. So to have my crew with me.
Also, there was something magical about that room. The wood paneling on the wall.
Oh yeah,
and like hanging all the posters up for like that one weekend.
As of right now, Dev's parents live next to mine, so we can go. Like we were just there in that room, and it's changed quite a bit, to be honest.
Well, they've seen how it changed in one of the.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did.
We went back.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, like, compared to where you shoot now and where you shot where you were living before.
Cease and desist from Harry Potter.
No. Like, compared to where we shoot now.
Oh my god! That would have got cease and desist too.
Yeah.
Compared to where we were, it was a lot harder to work with.
Yeah. Like your parents' place was harder to work with, but the room was more special, I feel, than just like your.
There was a sense of nostalgia to it.
Wood paneling.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It's pretty 90s.
You need to wood panel your room now.
No,
just so you can have that back.
No. My apartment is not changing. It's changed enough. We already have a green room set up, so
wood panel room.
Anyways,
that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it for this episode. So next time we'll be doing furry curry.
Yeah, the next we're gonna do the season. Let's roll it out.
All right, then.
Autobots, roll out.
Bye bye.